We always tell people, if you can find an affiliate, if you can at least afford maybe the intro class or something like that, if they offer an intro class, you don't want to go into it blind. The level 1 seminar is a great seminar to, kind of learn everything, but if you absolutely can't afford that either, crossfit.com has a great wealth of knowledge there, exercise and demos, everything like that. As far as equipment goes, I mean, you're just going to have to figure out a way to slowly acquire everything you need. If that's every 6 months you buy something, but a barbell, some plates, kettlebell, wall ball, I mean, you can make some of the stuff on your own. But I mean, slowly you're going to have to acquire some of the equipment if you want to do it. You don't need much equipment, but you need some equipment. So. Some of the programming I've seen in some of the local competitions is it's not CrossFit, but I mean, some of the just wacky movements and weird variations of stuff. Some people, you could get hurt. I don't know, it's just, the games, you could argue is not CrossFit, but it's CrossFit, but then it's a test of overall fitness, and it's supposed to, you're trying to find the fittest, so you're going to throw some things in there, but everything is technically CrossFit. The best thing I've found is find a group of guys or girls or whatever that you want to train with, and have throwdowns between yourself. Who cares about going out and in front of a crowd and showing off and that type of stuff. Recovery's huge. Rest, of course, but especially right after you're done working out, or first thing in the morning, I usually take a Syntha 6 good protein shake. I drink Amino X like it's candy all day, probably 3 to 4 times a day. And I do take some cell mass every once in a while when I'm feeling beat up, get a little creatine, but mainly Syntha 6 and Amino X. Secret to snatching, lots and lots of practice, and doing, perfect practice versus worrying about how heavy you're getting every time. A lot of people worry about just how much weight's on the bar, but you've got to get good at moving lighter loads just as well as you would a heavier load. Is crucial, number 1 for safety, and number 2 for efficiency. If you can do more work faster and wasting the least amount of energy, it's better. So efficiency and form is ideal and crucial. Squat. Everybody needs a squat. Front squat, back squat, overhead squat, whatever it is. I don't think people do enough squatting. Of course, I mean, you could throw out all of them, deadlift. There was one question somebody asked, if you can only do one movement ever, what would it be? I said the thruster, just because you can vary the load, you can vary the reps, you can do whatever you need to where, it can be a strength movement, but it can also be a cardiovascular movement at the same time. And you can, muscular endurance, but it's also lower body and an upper body. So a thruster is a pretty good movement to use. My thoughts on intensity, go as hard as you can and able to sustain, once again, it depends on the workout. A 20-minute workout, you've got to know what intensity you can keep where you're not slowing down. But like a 3 or 4 minute workout, it's just go. There's no pacing yourself. You've got to be able to just push past that limit. So, really, like I said, it really depends on the workout. As far as in a workout, there's really no strategy. I mean, there is strategy, but there's not. It just kind of depends on the workout. It's not any specific movement. It really has to do with how many reps you're doing to the movement, or what weight you're doing. That's kind of a tough. There's not one
one specific movement that you're like, oh, I'm going to catch my breath on. It just kind of depends on the reps, like I said, or the weight. Throughout the week, my training, I'll do at least 1 or 2 power lifts a day, mixed with some type of Olympic skill work 4 or 5 times a week. So I either usually clean, some type of clean 2 days a week, and some type of snatch 2 days a week. Some type of supplemental lift for that. I'd say the Olympic lifts are probably my favorite. They're just more fun, they're fast, they're explosive, it's more fun. Some days I eat before a workout. It just kind of depends on the workout. If it's gonna be a hard, fast workout, probably won't eat because you don't want it to come back up. But a longer, sustained workout, I mean, you got to be careful what you eat. I can really eat right before. It doesn't bother me. Some people can't eat hours before, so it's kind of a trial and error. There's a lot of trial and error in CrossFit.